Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province and I just finished up a league with Rejuvenator Tron. The deck is super hard to play optimally. You can learn to respect Tron players in whatever match you want by clicking on the timestamp in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching and enjoy the league. See if we can't Tron him out. Alright, well, this is really bad, honestly. All Tron lands in a single Forbidden Alchemy that we can eventually cast. Yeah, I don't think you can keep a 6-lander, especially like if this is a fast deck, we're just dead. So I'm gonna mulligan to a no-lander. Great start, gang. Great start. Let's go to 5. Hope for a better 5. Well, this isn't any better, but we do have an impulse to smooth things out, so we'll keep this. But I'll keep Tron land on top for now. But this isn't. This is not ideal at all. I think we'll lead on Urza's Mine. I don't think holding any information from our opponent is going to help us. Luckily, this deck is all about card advantage, so hopefully we can come back from a 5 pretty easily. But I don't see it being trivially easy. Oh, and it looks like our opponent is on a fast deck as well. So we're going to have to find some Moments pieces. We're going to have to find them fast. Yep. Fin-Torn Elves. We don't have any board wipes in our main deck, so this is going to be kind of interesting. I think we have to go Island here so that we can Impulse. We'll just pass. And we'll Impulse on our opponent's end step. I don't know if I'll take a Tron land. I think I might actually just need some Moments pieces to like buy time. We're probably going to be hard casting the first Multripter, which is unfortunate. We have all the colored mana we'll need, so at least we get that going for us. Wouldn't mind F6ing at some point. But starting on a Mull to 5, not great. Maybe I should have kept the 6-lander. I don't know. Essence Warden, okay. That's going to be an issue. Bouncing Elves board isn't, like, always great either. Like, I think we have to start doing it pretty much right away. Well, there's the rest of Tron. So it's either the rest of Tron or a Prophetic Prism, so I'm going to take the last Tron land. And, yeah, hope the top of our deck is nice to us. We just put some lands on the bottom, so that's good. Just more lands. Alright, well, we'll play Expedition Map. We will play Urza's Tower. At least we can sack Expedition Map for something that matters. And, yeah, just hope we're not dead, I guess. It'll probably end up being a cycling land, because once we have Tron online next turn, just having blue mana for the moment should be good. Hey, what's up, Chitterbeans? Come on in. How you doing tonight? We're playing Tron. We're on a Mull to 5, game 1 against Elves. I can't imagine this is where the Tron deck wants to be against Elves. They're so fast. So fast. There's Lead the Stampede. Man, having that Prohibit would be pretty sweet here. No Condescends in this list, interesting enough. Ooh, just a casual 3-mana draw 4 in green. Yikes, feels good, eh? Alright, here comes Birchler Rangers. I think they're probably just going to dump their hand onto the board and then attack with his Vanguard a couple times and kill us. And we have become the enemy, I know, huh? So I think I will end up getting Cycling Land with Expedition Map so that we can potentially dig for either a Teachings for Moments piece next turn or something like that. Teachings would be great, though. Or just some way to like interact with our opponent's board. 2 Lizzalanas in hand, so Dinrova Horror might even be a little bit too slow on this one. Alright, let's see what options we have here. Oh, they don't even have the 1-off Cycling Land. That's a little crappy. Yikes. We have all the untapped mana we need. I don't know if we want to just get another tower then, because we have lots of colored mana. Yeah, I guess so. Do some thinning. What do we draw? Elvish Rejuvenator. Okay, well, I think we should just cast that this turn. We're not going to do anything else. We have no way to draw cards. So we'll play Shimmering Grotto, get green mana, and play Rejuvenator, which unfortunately does pump their Vanguard, but it will be able to block it for a turn, which I think is what we're worried about. Maybe this will be good. Maybe this is a way that we can, you know, we can help people accept Tron a little bit better. We'll just lose with it a bunch so that they don't think it's too busted. So I'm taking Thornwood Falls here. We don't have any red cards in our main deck, so Thornwood Falls will gain us a little bit of life, fix our green mana, just in case we do top deck that fog we're looking for. And I think I'm going to snap off the block on Elvish Vanguard here because they're going to Lizalana into a ton of tokens. So I think this is about as big as we can ever hope it being. Like, well, maybe I should wait until it's lethal, I guess. But then they can just attack around this with a bunch of little dorks. And it won't really matter. But you know what? Like, as long as they don't get that many tokens, once we bounce this, their board doesn't look that impressive. So a couple of Fogs, a couple of Muldrifters, a couple of Dinrova Horrors later, we might be in okay shape. But we certainly have to play well to survive to that point. So we're gonna try. Be nice if our opponent would play just to like a pinch faster, because these are gonna be long old games. Actually, I don't really mind if they don't play that fast. Opponent trying to find the 4 mana for another Lizalana, maybe? No. There's 3 mana. Timberwatch Elf. All right, that is a pretty major issue. Timberwatch Elf, gonna let them cast another 1-drop potentially, but they aren't attacking this turn, which is nice. I guess they have a lethal attack next turn anyway, really, if they commit enough elves to the board. So that's what we're actually worried about. Lizalana, 2 unknowns in our opponent's hand. Lizalana, 1 Birchlore Rangers, 2 unknowns in our opponent's hand. Massive old Elvish Vanguard staring us down. And yeah, I guess we gotta get some Wraths in. We could still draw Moment's Peace. Like, a couple of Moment's Pieces aside would help a lot. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Fupa727? Big H3 fan. I watch their podcast every week, man. I love those guys. Ghostly Flicker. Hey. That doesn't do... That does very little of anything here. But we will play out Urza's Tower, and we'll pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, we're just dead, actually. We're just dead, so we might as well concede. We can block this, but then they attack for 11 with their elves, and then they pump something for 11. Deal over 20 damage to us. Okay, so Serrated Arrow is probably going to come in. And yeah, that's kind of it. I think this deck is mostly sort of accepting defeat at the hands of elves. I don't think we'll have to worry about Prohibit in this matchup. Maybe, I don't know, having 1, I'm okay with having 1. I don't think we'll have to mill them out. I think, well, maybe we will. If they get Well-Wisher on board, we probably do want this there. Is Signet, how important is Signet? Casting an early Dinrova Horror is probably okay. There's so few things you can take out of this deck, right? How are we trying to kill our opponent? I think we're either trying to kill them with the Dinrova Horror or Compelling Argument, and this very well may be one of the Compelling Argument matchups. Rejuvenator is still okay. I don't want to take out any Moments Pieces. When we get Dinrova Horror online is probably kind of relevant. Well, wham, Samuel, we got taken out by some elves, man. I'll update the record there. It was a little bad. We mulliganed a 6-lander as our opener into a no-lander as our 6-land hand, and yeah, 23 land deck. So I feel like you shouldn't be hurting for lands that often. We're on the draw. We might even be able to take out this Quicksand. I'm almost comfortable playing 22 lands. We have Expedition Maps and Impulses. I could even go down like 1 Dinrova Horror. Our opponent isn't going to be able to interact with it in any kind of meaningful way. I might go down 1 Horror. And, no, I should keep it. I'm going to go down 1 Drifter. And I'm going to go down the Prohibit, although I may learn to regret that. So we're going to do it like this. Prohibit can eventually lock our opponent out of the game, but I don't think we have time to be looping Prohibits. It would not be possibly Pauper playable without alternating, flooding, and screwing. You're totally right. So we have a Serrated Arrows in hand. We have a Serrated Arrows, which is super important here. So we're going to keep this. We're going to lead on Swiftwater Cliff so that we can Impulse next turn, looking for more Tron lands. This is indeed a Turbo Tron deck, so we want to get Tron as quickly as possible. We'll play out Swiftwater Cliffs and pass. I think mulliganing this is defensible, but we have Wall, Arrows, and ways to get enough mana to eventually cast them, so I'm okay keeping it. I think elves may be a bit too fast for us today as well, but we're going to do what we can, as we always do in Possibly Pauper Playable fashion. They proved that last game. What's up, Vaporudnir? How you doing? Calling Dovahkiin today? Elvish Vanguard, yep. Prohibit would have been pretty sweet here over arrows. Especially where arrows can't answer this now. So our opponent's going to tap out. We are going to Impulse to get some F6 value. The rest of Tron is right there. Unfortunately, we can only take one of these cards. I think that card is going to be Power Plant, because we know we're putting another Power Plant to the bottom. So I'll take a Power Plant here. Oh, I already have a Power Plant in hand. I'm an idiot. Okay, well, we just discovered how dumb I am. Punting in the Elves matchup. Fabulous. That was our other two Power Plants. Okay, anyway. Forget about it. Move on. Draw Rejuvenator. All right, so we'll play out another Power Plant, and I guess just pass. Going to play Serrated Arrows next turn. But yeah, that was definitely Tower. I guess I couldn't believe there were another two Power Plants there. Check your Tron lands, folks. And no dragons today so far. That's correct. So maybe our opponent will play something that's worth Serrated Arrowsing next turn. Well, yeah. There's Lead the Stampede for just a jillion elves. Luckily, they can't cast Timberwatch this turn, but they will be able to next turn. Be able to pretty much dump their hand. And we'll have to, like, Serrated Arrows, flicker Serrated Arrows to take it out. So we'll want to be ready to do that the turn it comes down, which is next turn. So we have to cast, we'll cast arrows this turn, and then on the turn they cast, or on our next turn, we can flicker Serrated Arrows and, I don't know, like, gain land, I guess, to at least kill Timberwatch and buy us a minute. All right, so what do we draw here? More Rejuvenators. Okay, well, we can't take time off to play those right now. So we'll play the third Power Plant and play Serrated Arrows. And yeah, just hope they don't have a way to protect Timberwatch Elf, I guess, in the meantime. But this thing's getting pretty huge. We're going to have to find a way to deal with this. I guess like Rejuvenator, Flicker, Mnemonic Wall Loop would be pretty good. Watch out, DB Manga. How you doing? What have you got, opponent? Nettle Sentinel. Maybe they're trying to find a way to protect. I don't know. I don't think waiting for us to do anything is going to help them. Just committing Timberwatch Elf here and letting us kill it is probably fine. But they could have like a Spider Silk Armor or something. Gonna have to get a good number of fogs to win this one, gang. Oh, wow. Moving across the country. Is that the US? Man, good luck. Moving is no fun. I totally have compassion for you and your moving. So opponent just gonna not cast Timberwatch at all, I guess. Or maybe they will. They're probably trying to convince us to... Ooh, what's this? Are we just dead? Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4... plus 8 is 12. So we're just dead next turn. Is that the idea? So 12, and we'd have to get something down to block this for that to matter. I don't think killing one of these in response with Serrated Arrows is really going to do it. So I'm going to let this happen. We're going to kill Timberwatch, but we'd have to top deck a fog and a way to cast it. And we don't have that luxury. It would have to be like Prophetic Prism into... Yeah, like Prophetic Prism into Moment's Peace is our only way out here. So let's see if we find it. That was like a real anemic match. I know I didn't take the tower, but I don't know that we would have won anyway. I guess maybe if I draw the third Tron land here, I'll feel like I punted pretty bad. But no, just another tower. Well, that doesn't really do anything, does it? Tron, though, I know it is. It is Tron indeed, and I think we're dead. So if we block here, we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can kill this. We won't gain any life off this Mnemonic Wall. Is there a way out here? So, like, kill this. No, I think they can just play enough elves that it doesn't really matter. I hope so too, man. I hope so too. Because I think we're dead here. I think if we kill even 2 of these elves and gain a life, We're going to take 6, probably at least 7, because Timberwatch Elf will come down. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's like, yeah, I think I'm just dead too. Unfortunate. Definitely super unfortunate, but that's magic, I guess. No, there's no feasible way out. If we would have committed this a couple turns earlier, maybe we could have cast a green spell, but elves are just fast, man. Horrors and Muldrifters and no way to cast anything. I guess we can evoke this Muldrifter, have a look at a couple more cards. So if this is a slow matchup, I think keeping this hand isn't a ton of punishment, but it's kind of like we have all of our finishers before we have Tron. But I think I'm almost okay keeping this. I know we don't have a map or anything like that, but we did see all 4 power plants. That's true, Kazakhstan. We certainly did. All right, guys, 4-1 dream. 4-1 dream is alive. All right, we will play Swiftwater Cliffs and pass the turn. What do you have, opponent? Be kind of ironic if this league was like mega fast. The one time I get to play double league, it's with Tron. All right, what are you on, opponent? What are they playing tonight? Something fun. Play like a Fiddy and I combo or something. I said something fun, opponent. Like, must you delve? All right, turn 1, Delver for our opponent. So we're going to actually play out Quicksand here to hedge for any kind of ninja shenanigans. Although they would have to, like... They would have to play a fairy for that to matter. I guess we might as well play a power plant here. And pass. I don't think they're going to ninja back this Delver. They might. If they ninja back this Delver, then rip in pieces, I guess. Mono Blue Fairies list. Oh, is it something Alex is brewing up? His brews are sweet, man. He was on a pretty cool blue-white control deck for a while, right? Oh my goodness, they're going to ninja this Delver, and I didn't play this Quicksand, and my heart's going to break in half right here on camera. Oh, okay, good. So I think it was Burbman who mentioned that the reason Mono Blue Control isn't around anymore is because there's no treasure cruise. Oh, cool. Oh, no, that is sweet. I'll be looking at some GP Richmond lists for net benefits next week for sure. I'd totally be down to play that. I think it's really cool that that Delver is playing accumulated knowledge nowadays. I think that's pretty sweet. Ghostly Flicker. Well, I don't see why we wouldn't evoke a Muldrifter here. I guess our opponent is going to get to see what we're doing. There's no Ghostly Flicker shenanigans. They shuffled with Ponder, so they're not really up to anything. I think our best bet here is to just, at the very least, keep hitting our land drops. We're nowhere near 6 to do anything fancy with this evoke, so we found a Moment's Peace and a Tron piece, so we're on our way, gang. I guess next turn we can't even Rejuvenator. The mana's feeling a little awkward in this deck. Luckily, our opponent is flooding out a little bit. Just a couple snow covereds. Yeah, we're going to want to leave this Quicksand untapped next turn. Although they could ninja here. They don't. All right, our turn. Blue mana, which doesn't help us with anything. I'm kind of okay leaving up 4 mana. It's potentially Teachings for something here. It could even be like Teachings for Impulse to find that last Tron piece and really get popping over here. We also need some mana fixing, so it could be like Impulse or like Teachings for Impulse for something else that's interesting. But for now, we're going to leave up enough mana to deal with Ninja when it inevitably comes down off of Fairy Miscreant. Here comes... That Delver flip's got to happen. Well, I guess they shuffled off the Ponder, so maybe not. But they're on all Spellstutter's ninjas in hand. We've seen a bunch of cantrips and stuff like that. So wait till Ninja comes down. No Ninja. Okay. I guess, having Ninja in hand also protects him from Quicksand. I'm just going to pass. So let's try to Mystical Teachings here. It's not the end of the universe if it gets countered. All right, they do not counter it. So what do we actually want? Preferably a spell that can be cast. I guess Alchemy could be a little bit better than Impulse, because we're kind of getting to that point in the game. We can play either at instant speed. This looks at the top 4, but it does have a little bit more card advantage involved, which is probably something that we want to be doing. What would we want to do for 3 mana next turn while leaving up Impulse? Kind of nothing, right? And at this point, if we get a Tron land in the graveyard, we could like Flashback Teachings, pulse it back or something. Okay, I'm going to take Alchemy. I've convinced myself. All right, what do we got? Another Denrova Horror. Perfect. Okay, so I am going to try to Alchemy for the last Tron piece here. And that's a little bit awkward because we'll be leaving... we'll only have Quicksand as defense. We don't find it. We do find a Shimmering Grotto, which is interesting. We do need green mana, so I think I'm going to take Shimmering Grotto here. Yeah. And at the very least, that lets us keep digging next turn with Elvish Rejuvenator. So we'll take Shimmering Grotto, play Shimmering Grotto, kind of representing to our opponent that we're not up to much. But now we can start flashing back Teachings and stuff when we do hit Tron. So hopefully, we will find the way. Leaving up Quicksand all the while for the infinite Spell Stutters and Ninjas our opponent definitely has in hand. I don't know what they must be leaving up. I guess they saw us reveal... Wow, what's our opponent? Maybe they're drawing lands. But that would surprise me out of a Delver deck. They could have been leaving up like double Spell Stutter for Forbidden Alchemy and then just decided that wasn't a good idea. All right, here comes Ninja. It could be Ninja into Ninja, which would really suck. But they could have Mutagenic Growth as well. But they haven't revealed any non-creature spells. Whoa, he was in the water. Thank you very much for the resub. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. All right, so opponent's going to get their extra card. What's up, Rowan LeFay? Welcome. Just popping in to say hello. Keep up the awesome work, and hello, future people in the replay. So YouTube, say hi to He Was in the Water. He's popping in to say hello. We're getting Delvered to the highest degree here. Stone Raining ourselves to try to kill a ninja. We draw Expedition Map, which I think just Expedition Map, get Tron together. Although Rejuvenator does block Ninja, so just like Rejuvenator hoping to hit Tron, it actually isn't that bad. So I think I might do that. Yeah. So let's Rejuvenator trying to hit Tron without playing this island first, although maybe I shouldn't leave up Tower, because that way we can tutor with Map. Yeah. I think so. There's an argument here, because if I play Island, then I can leave up Tower. And if we do hit the Tron land, we get to use 3 mana, whereas we might get to use 2 mana at best. So actually, I think I am going to play Island here. And think probably way more than I should and waste a bunch of time, but... All right. Whoa, man. Thank you very much for the sub, Pemby96, guys. We got the sub train going tonight. We got 2 subs already. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your subs. Thank you for supporting me in all I do. So we're looking for mine here. Deck, please. Deck trolling to the nth degree. But now we can run a Expedition Map. Our opponent might have a Daze. But they wouldn't have... I feel like they don't have that many non-creature spells in hand. Although they did... Yeah, they do have Daze. Okay. Nope, we will not pay for Daze. So we'll see if our opponent flips their Delver. Hopefully we can get some Denrova Horrors happening next turn. They're going to reveal Preordain, flip Delver. Yep. All right, here they come. Delver and Ninja together at last. So we'll block Ninja here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually we can't cast in Robo Horror next turn. We could like Moment's Peace, flashback Moment's Peace potentially. We have a Moment's Peace in the bin as well, so that's worth noting. All right, what do we got? Shimmering Grotto. Fabulous. What are the chances my opponent has hard counter here? And how do we play around it? I think we're going to Din Robo Horror and try to draw out hard counter. And then... Can they Dazed in Robo Horror, though? They can Dazed in Robo Horror. So if they can Dazed in Robo Horror, which they very well may have in hand, then I almost feel it's time to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe Mnemonic Wall, leave up Moment's Peace. But I can Mnemonic Wall back Pulse, but we're also just almost dead. I think we gotta not play around Daze here. I think we have to try to bounce Delver with Din Robo Horror. As tough as that sounds, I think that's just no. I'm second guessing myself. All right, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play a Mnemonic Wall. Try to get back Pulse from Murasa. I think that's a pretty decent upside play. They can't Daze it. They have to have hard counter, and we can leave up Moment's Peace against their attack next turn. And playing on their turn is always a good strat. So there's hard counter for Mnemonic Wall. Not great for us. We do have more Mnemonic Walls in our deck to work with, though. All right, so opponent probably with a Spell Stutter in hand for this Moment's Peace, but we're going to make them have it. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we should have. Augur. Looks like our opponent's going to do some effing around in the meantime. Preordain is one of the cards in their hand. So Preordain, Gush, 2 unknowns, 3 unknowns. Certainly not happy about them having a Gush here. I think they already made their land drop return, so... All right, so I am going to try to Moment's Peace, prevent them from drawing a card, potentially. Obviously, Spell Stutter is pretty bad here. They let it go, okay. And it looks like they're going to Gush and leave up some counter magic for next turn. It was pretty obvious that we were thinking about casting Din Robo Horror, so maybe I should have done a little bit more of that thinking in my head. They'll get to leave up double blue here as well, so that's trouble. 1 card on bottom, 1 card on top. Only leaving up 1 blue mana. Okay. So I'm perceiving a Daze in our future. But I think we have to go for it here. Like, I think we're just so close to dead otherwise. They're tapped really low now, so for 5, 6 no days? Din Robo Horror? Come on, Delver don't have it for once. And then I'll feel pretty silly for not casting it before. All right, so I think we bounce Delver. Might have to let them draw an extra card off of Ninja next turn. They're going to have to discard, which is nice. They discard an island. Okay. It's crazy that they can just gush their islands away to fizzled in Robo Horror triggers. I feel like they're going to snap here or something. Or maybe they'll like Mutagenic Growth to get rid of Din Robo Horror. Okay, they're not going to. They're going to Ninja. Yep. So if they tap down low enough here, I feel like just like a wholesale Ghostly Flicker isn't that scary, but like we have to get their evasive creatures so that they can't Ninja them, get Ninja back down. And just leaving a Moment's Peace seems kind of attractive enough. So let's dig with Prophetic Prism. See if we can get Tron. That would make things a lot better. It resolves. Prohibit's nice here. So I think we can cast Signet and then leave up Flashback Moments Piece, which I think we're going to do. So we'll try to cast Signet. We'll leave up Flashback Moments Piece. Pass the turn. We really had to hit Tron like 100 years ago. So upkeep. I am going to upkeep the Moments Piece this time. All right, they're going to straight up counter the Moments Piece, sure. Want to draw some cards off those ninjas. They're going to snap Dinrova Horror, sure. Untap a couple lands. I think we have enough mana to force Dinrova Horror through next turn, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know, though. Oh, that's brutal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're at 4. So now we have to find ways for Moments Pieces to resolve while our opponent's drawing a jillion cards. Yikes, okay. Should probably start playing a lot faster. Should also draw Tron next turn. What do we drop? Rejuvenator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Ugh, okay. So let's cast Rejuvenator. See if we can get Tron. Mine. There's mine. Do we need mine? We need mine. Get mine. Tron online. So that's a little bit better, but not like phenomenal. Right, because we can only leave up. Like we can cast in Horror with Prophetic Prism, or sorry, with without Prohibit backup, I guess, or with Prohibit backup. But what does that actually do? I guess it lets us block a couple of ninjas, but they could just win. Frig. So I think we're actually going to have to try to force through Moments Piece and then potentially even just Ghostly Flicker. So Moments Piece, blue, or green, sorry. Just apologizing to Moto real quick. Opponent is going to counter Moments Piece. Okay. We will prohibit Counterspell. We need this other blue mana, which is why I'm not tapping it. We need this to resolve or we lose. Opponent's going to gush, looking for a way to win the game. A lot of stuff does it here. All right, so Moments Piece is going to resolve. Okay, so we will Ghostly Flicker, Rejuvenator, Prophetic Prism. Tron is online. We're trying our best here. Rejuvenator, gonna dig. I'll take towers here, please. Nope, but more Tron lands are welcome. More fogs are great. I wonder if they just found another counter for this. All right, let's F6. 13 minutes on the clock. Game 1. Typical Tron. I was complaining about Tron players playing too slow, and now I'm playing too slow. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much for doing some recon. All right, so now we just have to play lightning fast. Prohibit is in the graveyard. We can Teachings for more... we can Teachings for more fogs. We can't Teachings for more counter magic. We can Teachings for Pulse to get back Mnemonic Wall. So we have a lot of options here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mana. And this costs 6 to flashback. Should leave us 8 to Dinrova Horror and play Moments Piece. Okay. So we're going to Dinrova Horror. Because we have to win the game eventually. 1, 2, so we need bloop, bloop. So cast Dinrova Horror. Opponent can't daze that. Dinrova Horror will get Delver, I guess. And then if we cast another Dinrova Horror, can they kill us? Yes. So we have to Teachings now. This is like not efficient at all, but we're going to Teachings now, trying not to add black, trying to play as fast as possible. 5, 6. Flashback Teachings. Get Moment's Peace. I guess we can get Pulse here while they're tapped out. Okay. Get Pulse. And try to Pulse back Mnemonic Wall. Don't have days. Don't have days. Please don't have days. We lose if you have days. But I'm probably going to lose the match on time anyway. They have days. God. Okay. We lost. So, they would have got our Moment's Peace anyway. I think what I wanted to do there was not cast in Rova Horror or just go for Pulse Mnemonic Wall first, but this deck is not easy to pilot. Okay. Delver matchup. Mono blue, we want Serrated Arrows, we want Pyroblasts to force through counter magic, and that's it. So we're going to bring in those 5 spells. We're probably going to leave in the Prohibit. We'll need that. We're going to kill them with Dinrova Horrors. We'll take out Compelling Argument. I know. It's, yeah, and just like weak playing, I don't think I was supposed to play Dinrova Horror first. I think I was supposed to Teachings for Pulse Murasa and then Pulse Mnemonic Wall while they were tapped out. And we would have gained 6 there. We could have played a blocker, got back Ghostly Flicker, and like given us an opportunity to start coming back on the next turn. But we have 12 minutes and we got to try to win 2 games. So this is going to be pretty awkward. So how does all of this stuff come in? How effective is Moment's Peace against this deck? Like, not ultra effective. They're really interactive, so we want pulses. We want our Mystical Teachings and our... I don't think we need that many walls, so we'll take 1 wall out. Drifter can block Delver. I think we'll take out Signet, because getting Tron online should be enough. We want Quicksand. We probably don't want that many Rejuvenators, because 3 drops aren't super good against this deck. I probably want Prohibit so that I can, if I ever get 2 Mnemonic Walls down, I can loop Prohibits. But maybe we're just not going for 2 Mnemonic Walls here. I think we have to win a little bit faster than that. So maybe I'll take out Prohibit here. But it's not trivial. It's not easy as to what the last thing to come out is. But I think it is Prohibit. I think Pyroblasts are just better Prohibits. All right, yes, we would love to play first. We got to play Lightning Speed here, gang. This hand's really bad. Mulligan. This hand's a little bit better, but not fantastic, but a little bit better, so we'll keep it. It's got a redraw, got a scry. I will keep Pyroblast, especially because we're probably going to resolve this Prophetic Prism. Hopefully we'll resolve this Prophetic Prism. If we don't resolve this Prophetic Prism, I'm probably in trouble. Delver. Do you have Daze? Daze is a really good card, guys. I imagine they have Daze. But we'll find out. Sweet. So we'll see if our opponent flips Delver. Now we pretty much have nothing going on. Fairy Miscreant, so we'll get a Ninja down next turn. Pulse Murasa, can't cast that. Pass the turn. That's cool, man. I think we're gonna get beat down pretty good here. You want to see Tron just get absolutely demolished, then you're in the right place. All right, will they ninja? They will not ninja. What do we draw? Rejuvenator. Can't cast it. Pass the turn. Yeah, I don't know if mulliganing that first hand was too greedy or not, but... yeah, we had seen Daze. I think I think there were lines of play there that would have helped us win the game a little bit better. But just a combination of things. Just like bad clock, bad like Dinrova horror sequencing and stuff. Like it's not this deck's really hard to play. So if they have the spell stutter or the daze here, then it's pretty much GG's. But we can't afford to play around it any longer. So they're safe to get down a ninja here as well. This is tempo, man. This is those tempo decks. This is how they do it. That means a ninja is 200% coming down. Oh, maybe not. I'm definitely not going to call it bad luck. This deck's really hard to play. And I don't know the matchups. All right. Opponent on the fairy beats. And we might be able to just scoop it up here. Gushing. 2 blue mana floating. Or 2 blue mana available. Cantripping. Maybe for a Hydroblast. They might think our only way out of this is like Electric or something. Prophetic Prism. See if they want to counter one more Prophetic Prism for us. Beautiful. All right, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. GG's. Here we go. Match 3. Tron time. And the sand's really bad. No, actually, it might not be that bad. We can like Expedition Map. We got another look with Compelling Argument, but I don't think a 1-lander in a 23-land deck with Compelling Argument in it is even defensible. No colored mana and a bunch of colored spells. Fabulous. Go to 5. Tonight is the best night, everyone. Tonight is the best night. Okay. I guess I don't know. I guess we hope we draw a land. Rejuvenator to the bottom. I don't think a 4-lander has a high enough chance of drawing in, but anyway, magic is magic. See what our opponent's got. Who knows, man? Maybe we draw a land? Expedition Map? We might not even show them what we're playing. They go to cast a discard spell. We might call it right there. And the first Chittering Rats is probably enough as well. Yep. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, maybe we mulligan to 4, but Expedition Map is a 1-drop. And then if you eventually draw your second land, you might be able to get in the game. Nah, there's Chittering Rats. All right, we'll give it a couple more turns. Just to just to get our feelers out there. But I think our opponent's probably going to make quick work of us. The first Gary is going to spell our demise. I feel like Tron should be pretty good against this deck, too. They are a creature deck. Hey, look, we did 4 damage to our opponent. Prophetic Prism, discarding to hand size. So now it might be time to... I guess we can just discard a Prophetic Prism. They might not know what we're on. Opponent attacks with some stuff, and then Gary for the win. Yeah, me too. I wonder if we'll ever find out. Well, opponent's got some Crypt Rats that might not do anything next match. So at this point, I don't think it's worth it to play a Tron land. Next turn, they attack us for 4, down to 9. We have an Expedition Map on board. They have like crappy cards in the matchup like Crypt Rats. So I think playing a Tron land here is like just too much information considering. Like I think the percentage chance of us winning this game is just mega low. So I'm going to scoop it up. I don't know. I don't like mulliganing to 4 kind of at all. I think Wretched Gryff is probably pretty good here. But that's probably it. Wretched Gryff over like... Muldrifter is still better than Wretched Gryff. It also blocks all their 2/2s real good. So I'm going to take out 1 Rejuvenator, and I'm going to take out 1 Prohibit, because none of their spells under 2 mana really matter. And I like the Gryffs here. Man, guys, this has been a bumpy night. It's only been like an hour, but like a bumpy hour. Maybe we'll just go mega late tonight. Well, Heat Death Infinity Spider. Let's find out if that's true. Let's not mull to 4 or 5 or whatever, and we'll see what happens. On the play. Okay, this hand is way, way better. Sneep. This is a hand of magic cards. Play Expedition Map. Pass the turn. Turn 3 Tron. We got there. And our opponent shouldn't have very many ways to deal with it. Oh, the natural. Okay. So I think that means we actually want colored mana down. I guess we could draw a Prophetic Prism or something, but I'm going to play Thornwood Falls here. Call me crazy. But it's not really that important that we sacrifice this Expedition Map, so if I draw a Prophetic Prism, then whatever, sue me. Kumbaj Witches. We draw Shimmering Grotto. So I'm going to play a land, play a Tron land, pass the turn. We'll just go searching for some more colored mana. No Bazooka Bogs to tutor up with these either, which is funny. And play Bump in the Night. Hey, I had a whole week of Rakdos Burn. It was sweet. Not a ton of games won, but it was sweet. So far, a better record than this deck. So we'll sack our Expedition Map. And we have 2 sources of colored mana. The only other thing we might want is like a Quicksand for Chittering Rats or something as a removal spell that we can repeatedly pulse back. But I actually think I'm just going to go get Tower here because we have Shimmering Grotto for more blue mana and we want more mana to do wall loops and stuff. So I'm going to get Tower. Turn comes back. Become the Tron. And we will Muldrifter. Draw a couple cards, play a Prophetic Prism, 1 mana to cast like an Expedition Map, we draw that. And they can just shoot down our Muldrifter, but it drew 2 cards. And it will, in effect, do 2 damage to them. Maybe they'll just Edict it away to keep doing 2 damage. Gonna damage themselves. Good. Opponent gonna Chainer's Edict us. Attack for 2. Drift away. Give me the Mull boy. Alright, so it's questionable as to whether I want to Impulse or Muldrifter here, but I think the answer is almost always Muldrifter. So I'm going to Muldrifter without playing any lands or anything. Hold on a minute. I'm going to Muldrifter. Draw a couple cards. And play Tron land, and then probably even... I guess there's no reason to Impulse here. I guess we could Teachings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. So there's no real reason to run anything else. So we'll just pass, and we will pitch one of these Shimmering Grottos. I think. Yeah, we have enough. We have enough mana. This is a black source, so we're okay not having it in hand. Our opponent can go super fast, but we're going to get Pulse here with Mystical Teachings, and then we should just be able to outvalue them. Kumbaj Witch is going to get in. Okay. Yep. We go to 17. Gray Merchant. All right. So we will Teachings for Pulse. Turn comes back. Now we draw Pulse. We'll Pulse back Muldrifter. And Mnemonic Wall, getting back Pulse of Murasa. Play Shimmering Grotto so that we can leave Pulse up in response to another Gary. Pass. Attack with Muldrifter. Or just like in response to a removal spell or something. Or if they remove Mnemonic Wall. And worst case Ontario, we can just Oubliette. We can just Impulse. Oubliette's a little problematic. Yeah, we don't have an answer to that. Even if we do Impulse. Okay, sure. We don't have Capsize either. I guess Dinrova Horror gets this. Chittering Rats, sure. So we will put a Power Plant on top, I guess. And we can Impulse away the Power Plant. Looking forward in Dinrova Horror. There's Dinrova Horror. Very good. All right, turn comes back to us. We will go to combat, attack with Muldrifter. So I kind of want to Dinrova Horror. What's up, Al? I kind of want to Dinrova Horror and leave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of want to Dinrova Horror and leave up Pulse or Impulse here. So I'm going to Horror back the Oubliette. Get back Mnemonic Wall. And I can't Teachings for... We won. Cool. The Oubliette bug doesn't exist anymore. So I don't... That wouldn't have ended anything. Oh, man. Did up them nails. Heck yeah. Get spiffy. So I'm pretty happy with that sideboard plan. I think I would have wanted to Prohibit there, I guess. I'm okay with having one Prohibit. I think we can kill our opponent with Dinrova Horrors, so I'm going to take out Compelling Argument for Prohibit. I guess they are gaining a bunch of life, which could become problematic. We might want to kill them faster than bouncing their board with Dinrova Horror, but we can kill them with Retrogryphs too, so I'm okay with that coming out. So we'll submit like that. We have to be on the draw. Hopefully we don't have another awkward mana hand. This league is going by super fast. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll get some redemption from those first 2 matches. Those first 2 matches were the bumpiest. And I guess game 1 of this one too. Maybe that's the end of the bumps for tonight. No more bumps in the night. Oh man, no, I get it now, Pop our Bust. I just got it. Oh, dang it. Yeah, man, I'm definitely getting back up to speed. Okay, I don't mind this hand. Eventually get to Tron to cast Retrogryph, I'll keep. And we can counter something. I think I've gotten punished mulliganing stuff like this way too many times. So, yeah, bumpy games for sure. Pauper our Bust, getting a lull on about my just getting their jokes. Yeah, we lost a bunch. One was over like a misplay, and other ones I don't know. I guess Elves just took us out. Wow, Duress makes his hand a lot worse. A lot worse. It was kind of cruel, huh? So I think we have to play blue mana here. Blue and green mana. It'll help us assemble Tron a little bit faster. But we'll have to hit like Rejuvenator and stuff. I wonder if I'm just going to get unlucky tonight. Opponent cycles Baron more. We'll play Urza's Tower. Pass the turn. They might just have like land destruction in hand. They're sandbagging it or looking for 3rd mana for it. They could also have a bunch of land in hand. Phyrexian Rager, okay. There's Impulse. I don't think there's any reason to play anything but Tron land here, so we'll just play Tron land, and then we'll try to Impulse, find our mine, and then next turn we can, or the next couple turns, we can like Retrogryph into Dinrova Horror, which this early in the game is crazy. Oh man, they stole all my socks. They worse than stole my socks. Opponent gonna get our power plant, unfortunately, or our tower, unfortunately. So I think I might take Pulse here just to get back tower. Like gaining a little bit extra life and getting a Tron land back, I think is better than searching up a Tron land with Expedition Map. So I'll get Pulse, and it's something that we can do next turn. Can't trust that elf on a shelf, man. Shelf elves are trouble. I'm telling you. Opponent going to delay the Troning for as long as they can. We'll pass. And 4 mana for our opponent. Scattered removal spell in hand, I'm sure. Yep. Can't counter our Pulse, though. What's this going to be? Night's Whisper, deal some damage to themselves. It's so weird. Who was it that was talking about like how Elf on a Shelf is conditioning kids to like be watched all the time? Like it's kind of like an eerie sort of dystopian way to look at it, eh? And another Dinrova horror. Well, we're making our way there kind of naturally, unfortunately. So we'll play Tower here, I guess. Yeah, we'll play Tower. And just hope we top deck a Tron land. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about spoilers. That Jumpstart card, man, had a tweet blow up about that today. I'm pretty friggin' hyped about that, man. Honestly. Like, I think that's going to be insane. Just being able to get a bunch of Eidolons back. And then if there's any other multicolored Jumpstart cards, like if that's just like a little teaser, it's day one, right? Multicolor cards are crazy in Pauper. There's actually a lot of stuff that that relies on multicolor cards, right? So if you can like really lean into those synergies, then you can kind of like just go mad with it, right? I'm going to hold on to this Pulse. They could get Retrogryph. That's our biggest issue here, but yeah, you know what? If they take Retrogryph, I might just Pulse it back. Possibly. So now our opponent knows about all these cards. They take Retrogryph. So yeah, I might just Pulse it back. Chittering Rats. Okay, sure. Okay, we'll put Shimmering Grotto on top. That's not great, but we know we're not Troning next turn, so I think we will Pulse back. Griff. Play Swiftwater Cliffs, pass a turn. So we can Dinrova Horror next turn if our opponent doesn't have any more land destruction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually we can't. We can Retrogryph eventually. We can't even Dinrova Horror next turn. I think that's going to be super sweet. Like, oh yeah, I've been hankering to mill my whole library for a real long time. Let me tell you. Gaining 12 life this game has been significant. More Tron mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Player Shimmering Grotto and pass the turn. Just a bunch of fatties in hand. Our opponent just going crazy with the with their creatures over there. And Gary might just spell our demise. Like, I know we gained a bunch of life off of our pulses, but yeah, if this is Gary, then that's just it, right? Gary is GG. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we go to 2. Like, there's not Tron. So I think we're dead. We're at 2. All we can do is hardcast a Retrogryph or a Dinrova Horror. God, man. Frig. Brace Face. Whoa. That was a great show. Guys, we're getting wrecked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's either Dinrova Horror or Retrogryph, and neither of them save us here. They got us dead on board to 2 Kumbaj, which is next turn. So yeah, that's it, right? We just dead? We're just dead. Oh, I can cast Retrogryph. Why not? What if there's a Moment's Peace on top? You can't draw cards post-game, so this is really the only way to get a look. Yeah, we're dead. Fabulous. Okay, this is good. This is a good hand. It's got the stuff. Got colored mana, got cantrips, got Tron lands. This is good. This is about as much as we can hope for. Sense when your opponent's off their game. Cool. All right, let's see what our opponent does with this turn 1 Ponder. Anything of note? Notability increases. Opponent did not shuffle. All right, so I guess we're just gonna, you know, lead on a Tron land, say go. Planning to... What's wrong with Twitch? Did I not tell you I was going live? It's all right, Terry. I know you mean it. I know you'd be here when you can, man. I know what it do. All right, opponent on Skred Delver. So we're going to see the Skred Delver matchup here. See if they have a prohibit for this Prophetic Prism. So players is mine. Prophetic Prism. Oh. Oh, brutal. You draw Ghostly Flicker. Well, the pieces are slowly coming together. as our opponent flashes in Spell Stutter and ninjas it back on their turn. Much to my chagrin. So maybe I was supposed to lead on Shimmering Grotto so that I could have Moment's Peace up this turn to kind of mitigate this possibility, but I don't know, I don't play Tron very often. Should have had Birdman in here. Should just watch more Birdman in general. Opponent, preordaining. What do you deign? 2 cards on top. Okay, so more Spell Stutters abound. Yep. Good God. Okay, here comes Ninja. Harvey Birdman, attorney at Tron. So opponent's going to draw an extra card. We are a pretty good value deck too, so hopefully we can outvalue them eventually. Another Prophetic Prism. What would we rather cast than Prophetic Prism? Something to deal with this Ninja, preferably. So unless our opponent has hard counter, we should be able to Moment's Peace next turn. Oh, that's true. True. So I wouldn't be able to do it until right now. So I think I might play Swiftwater Cliffs and then leave up Moment's Peace, but that doesn't feel very good either. Our opponent could have lots of answers to that. So it might be just like running another Prophetic Prism, try to get Tron online. I guess we might as well play around Daze while we can. Leave up Impulse. Yeah. I think it could have been that too. I want to sneak these through because if our opponent can counter all of our Prophetic Prisms, then we can't get the Flicker Loop going. But they could just save their hard counters for Flicker Loop. Pretty much. And honestly, we haven't seen a lot of Elvish Rejuvenators, all told. Next turn, we're going to have an opportunity to actually cast anything. Man, Bozo, I think you were right. I don't think, I don't know that, I don't know that Prophetic Prism was ever even in the plan there. I'm wondering when I decided I was going to cast that. But I am happy to sneak it through. I feel like they have a lot of answers to Moment's Peace. They're going to leave Spell Stutter back. I don't think these decks run Prohibit, so... This is kind of like a tap land. Draws your card. Alright, opponent. We're going to top deck Tron. We're going to bounce this Ninja, and we're just going to lull. Opponent continuing to preordain. 2 cards on bottom. Maybe looking for a Skred for the Dinrova Horror, so that if we do bounce this, I can just put it back down. Yeah, Dinrova Tron. 2 cards on top, so our opponent found some Skreds. It's not too bad. But this Tron deck doesn't have any like answers though. It's kind of weird. All of your answers are Moment's Pieces, which is like really odd. So I think we are going to Impulse for last Tron land here. I think just playing at another power plant doesn't really do anything. Yeah. So let's Impulse for Tower. Who knows? Maybe I have main deck Pyroblast. There's Tower. All right, so grab Tower, put some cards on bottom, play Tower, and pass the turn. We'll leave up Moment's Peace because we might have to. And then next turn we have enough mana that we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 mana. 9, 10. We have 10 mana, so we can Dinrova Horror or Ghostly Flicker in the same turn. So as long as our opponent doesn't have a way to instant speed kill our Dinrova Horror or try to kill it twice, which they probably won't, or I guess a counterspell for our Ghostly Flicker, then we should be okay. We should be able to get the lockdown. Opponent's going to attack, so I think we might as well... Let's see if they want to commit anything here. I think we might as well Moment's Peace. I'd rather they use up their counters this turn so that we get a decent Dinrova Horror turn next turn, bounce this Delver. Moment's Peace will resolve. Opponent seems to be on to us. Yeah. It seriously is. I feel like the Possibly Pauper Playable luck is coming through. I also feel like our opponent is digging for a hard counter here. And I also feel like they have Skred in hand. I think they put a couple of red removal spells, a couple of Skreds or something like that on top with their Ponder. Or their Preordain. And now they're digging for a hard counter. But I don't know if they have it. Hard counter is real bad here, but we kind of have to live with that. So turn comes back to us. We find Expedition Map. I could probably try to exit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's like Dinrova Horror, Ghostly Flicker. No, we don't have Dinrova Horror, Ghostly Flicker mana. We just have Dinrova Horror, Ghostly Flicker mana. So I think we have to try to Horror here and hope they don't have counter magic. And then if they try to remove it, we can Ghostly Flicker. Because even, well, Mnemonic Wall getting back Moments Piece isn't that bad, and that might draw out counter magic. And that way we can resolve Dinrova Horror next turn with Ghostly Flicker backup. And that way we can play a map to get more mana as well. That's actually probably the play. So I'm going to go ahead and make an attempt at Mnemonic Walling here. And this is to try to get hard counters out of their hand. We have Ghostly Flicker mana up to defend it. Opponent's going to crack Evolving Wilds. Get an island. They're going to Gush. Okay. Up to 9 cards in hand. I'm assuming they have to have hard counter. By now, at least. Mnemonic Wall will get back Moments Piece. Yep. We will play colored mana. We might be choked on colored mana next turn, and I don't think they have Daze. We can only cast Ghostly Flicker once. But they've kind of shown us they don't have an answer to Mnemonic Wall. But anyway, I'm going to play Swiftwater Cliffs. This way, if they have Skred, then I can try to Ghostly Flicker in response. All right, so now we're going to try and Ghostly Flicker. So if they have counter magic for Ghostly Flicker, we're in a lot of trouble. We're in even more trouble, but we do have Mnemonic Wall to try to play again next turn. Resolve, so we effectively counter their Skred, which is awesome, and they've kind of signaled to us that they just don't have hard counter in hand. We draw Muldrifter. It's an awesome draw, so now we got to start playing fast, guys. Opponent, for all we know, doesn't have hard counter in hand, and we got to punish them for it. They're going to Brainstorm. Yep. And a Teachings would kind of like seal it up here. But they could just have another Skred to kill this Mnemonic Wall. And they'll keep being able to get in with Ninja. Opponent going to Brainstorm Shuffle. Pretty good. Going to go up to 9 cards in hand. Bunch of which are lands off that Gush. Skred Mnemonic Wall. Skred's Mnemonic Wall. Nope, I played the Swiftwater Cliffs. So I'd have more mana for Ghostly Flicker shenanigans next turn. We don't have a way to force through Mnemonic Wall, so I think we're actually going to try to bait with Dinrova Horror. Or even just Muldrifter. I think resolving a Muldrifter is fine. What do you have, opponent? Fairy, okay. So Spell Stutter is what they're representing here. Moments Piece next turn is going to be important. So I think next turn is going to be Muldrifter, try to live up Moments Piece. Should get as much of that interaction out of their hand as possible. Opponent's going to tap out. Well, that's pretty wonderful. Okay, our turn. We draw Shimmering Grotto. So we're just going to play a bunch of stuff here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So that means we can Dinrova Horror and Muldrifter in the same turn, but then we leave ourselves open to whatever our opponent's doing on the other side. So I think we're actually going to Dinrova Horror. We have 11 mana, so that will leave us with 5, and that leaves us Moments Piece Ghostly Flicker. So I like that. Play Power Plant. Tap this for black. Get a blue. Tap 3. Dinrova Horror. Bounce Muldrifter, or sorry, bounce Insectal Aberration. Have our opponent discard. And so now we have up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can only do one of these things, right? With 5 mana. So it's almost like we should cast Muldrifter here and just like let them do this and potentially Mnemonic Wall back a Ghostly Flicker and then find a Moment's Peace. Or find a Pulse of Murasa later. So I'm going to cast Muldrifter here. Try to get us back in the value game and give us a really good chance at having a blocker for this ninja. There's another Dinrova Horror for next turn. Pretty sweet. So we'll go ahead and pitch Shimmering Grotto here. Expedition Map just represents a lot more stuff. Oh, we don't have to pitch hand size. Wonderful. Opponent going to flip the Delvers. Oh yeah, playing around days big time. Big lead days play around. Muldrifter can trade with 1. Mana Teachings would be sweet here. This feels more like an actual Tron match. What will you reveal? Lightning Bolts. Okay. So I feel like Bolt's coming for Drifter pretty hard here. And they might get really aggressive and just like get another Delver down. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. They can actually just put us to 8 here. Yeah, okay. Okay. Opponent goes to attacks with the Flyers. Sure. Gotta find a Pulse pretty soon here. We got a 5. And they're a Lightning Bolt deck. Alright, our turn. We draw Impulse. So we can actually Dinrova Horror and then Ghostly Flicker the Dinrova Horrors, which sounds pretty good, right? Like that's gotta be pretty good. So I think I'm gonna try that. Opponent has kind of shown us they don't have counter magic. I don't think Mnemonic Wall Mnemonic Wall Flicker actually does it. We could also just try to Impulse to find Pulse of Murasa and leave up. You have like 11 mana, right? 12 mana. So if we Impulse, that'll put us down to 10, which will allow us to Dinrova Horror, leaving up Moment's Peace. And Ghostly Flicker. So I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to go looking for a Pulse with Impulse. Hopefully we find it. We did. Beautiful. We found our other Mnemonic Wall too, or another Mnemonic Wall, which is pretty cool. So we'll get Pulse of Murasa, and now we have to try to get our opponent to counter something that we can Pulse back. So, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awkward Tron mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we can't Pulse then. Or we can. All right, okay. All right. So let's try to Dinrova Horror. Opponent's going to counter it. Yep. So we'll play Shimmering Grotto. And we're going to do this while our opponent's tapped out. Pulse back our Mnemonic Wall. Gain some life. Keep us out of lethal range for a second. Maybe they have days. They don't have days. Okay. All right, pass the turn. What's up, Diz a Storm? Diz is certainly a storm. Our opponent's going to put us down to 4 next turn. We have to try to resolve a bunch of Mnemonic Walls to survive. It's going to be pretty precarious. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess if they have a bounce spell for Dinrova Horror, then they might just win next turn. But we should be able to get some Pulse of Murasa shenanigans going on here. Hopefully. Opponent's going to shuffle on their main phase. Do some cantripping probably for more hard counters. Ooh, okay. Double blue for Augur. So they are looking for Skred here to try to close the game out right away. Or even like bolts. I guess we've seen 2 bolts, 2 Skreds. We've seen 1 bolt, 2 Skreds. And if they just let us kind of go nuts next turn, things could get pretty far away from them pretty quick. I guess I was kind of transfixed on getting 2 walls down so that we can start like looping pulse kind of indefinitely. Opponent can attack for 5, sure. We go to 4. So that means we need a Moment's Peace to resolve next turn, which is pretty awkward. But I guess we could also... So we can also Dinrova Horror, Ghostly Flicker Dinrova Horror, bounce all this stuff. And we're still pretty low on life. And they're a Lightning Bolt deck. All right, opponent passes. We draw Rejuvenator. Okay, that doesn't really matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Mnemonic Wall. Get back Pulse of Murasa. Yep. And we will 1, 2, 3. Pulse back Dinrova Horror. Well, our opponent's tapped very low. And we're going to have to try to leave up Moment's Peace, I think, here, which is pretty awkward. Because we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, and we're at 10, so we're quite close to being dead. But maybe we can resolve a Moment's Peace next turn. So we get a pass here, and we're going to Moment's Peace on their upkeep. Map and cracked from, yeah, and got another tower. I guess because I'm not making my land drop here. I guess I can still do that, right? Map, crack map, get tower. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Okay. I haven't played my land for turn, right? Yeah. No, I still could. And cast Moment's Peace. No, I think I'm good, right? Well, I don't think I will. I think I'm good because I haven't played a land this turn. But I'm pretty low on time, so I can't be too fancy about it. We sort of need this Moment's Peace to resolve next turn. Get tower, play tower, and pass. We are going to try to Moment's Peace on our opponent's upkeep, so if they have a counter for Moment's Peace, we're kind of in a lot of trouble. Moment's Peace. Will you counter? They will spell stutter the Moment's Peace. Okay. We're going to get a shot at that again next turn. But they might have 2 lightning bolts and just win here. So they're going to attack for 5. We'll go down to 5. Go down to 3. Oh, and they're a lightning bolt deck. We're dead. Beautiful. Okay. Man. Okay, we'll take out Prohibit. We'll take out Compelling Argument. We'll take out probably a Rejuvenator. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, man. Like, this deck is either insanely hard to pilot or like no Hydros, all Pyros? Why? I think if they can't kill our creatures, I think we're okay. And they're going to bring in Pyroblasts as well. I guess like we could try to force them through to kill Delvers. But I think Hydroblast is best in this matchup. If they can't remove our Flicker Loop, then we should kill them, I think. No, I'm pretty confident on the Hydroblast. I'm okay like going down 1 maybe for like 1 Pyroblast or something. And I think we can take out a wall if that's the case. Oh yeah, I've been feeling it. I've been feeling the difficulty tonight, for sure. And I guess I haven't like practiced it at all either. I think this is what I want to do. I think it might be defensible to like take out a Muldrifter or something. But they're not a Daze deck, so... I think arrows are okay. They kill Spell Stutter sprites. I think you're right about that. Yeah, and I guess if they remove our creatures, it's not that big of a deal. So like maybe I want like 1 Pyro, 1 Hydro. I kind of want 1 more Hydroblast, at least. Maybe even over another arrows. Because we can Teachings it out. And I don't know if we take out a Moment's Peace or not. I know, I understand that, but like if we hit one other, like Lightning Bolt was the spell that ended last game, right? And if we would have had like, yeah, but I don't like, I think we're okay as long as we can just wall up and stay alive. All right, I am going to keep this. It's a little slow, but it's going over Hydroblasts. It's got our finishers, so we'll go with it. It's really hard to sideboard with this deck, too. I think you need an answer to Ninja as well. Probably want to answer Ninja eventually. But I think arrows can do that, too. All right, there's Delver. And we draw another land. Not ideal. Prophetic Prism, and we'll pass. Pulse, that's not bad. Not great, but it ain't bad either. Will our opponent flip the Delver? No Delver flip. Will they Ninja the Delver? They will. All right, so I guess this. I guess I wish this was a Pyroblast now. I'll admit to it now. All right, Ninja gets in. We draw Prophetic Prism. Play Prophetic Prism. Play another Tron land. I guess we should play with Swiftwater Cliffs. I guess it's just as well to get more mana online. So we'll play Swiftwater Cliffs and pass the turn. They might just kill us before it matters, though. Potentially. All right, Ninja will draw our opponent a card. Probably a good one. Play Evolving Wilds, and I think they're going to leave up... Nope, no counter magic, just Delvers. Just Delvers. We draw Teachings. Okay, well, I'm happy to have a Teachings here at the very least. I understand that, Bozo. You've made yourself abundantly clear. All right, so we'll play Power Plant and pass the turn. I don't know, man. Lightning Bolt won the last game. And if they can't kill this Denrova Horror, then I don't know how they win. I guess attacking with these bad boys. Teachings is created their crop rotation. I agree with that one. I think in this version seems fairly intent on having Tron online about as soon as possible. All right, opponent gonna draw a card with Ninja, play an Evolving Wilds, Fairy Miscreant, but yeah, we're actually probably just dead. See if they can counter those Teachings. Could be anything. Could even be a boat. Get Pyroblast that our opponent now knows about. There's Urza's Mine. So I think we will try to Pyroblast, and then if they find some way, like they could just Spell Stutter it, I guess. But we can just get it back with Mnemonic Wall eventually, so it's not like the biggest loss. So I think we will try to Pyroblast the Ninja. But I assume a Spell Stutter's coming. Yeah. All right. Spell Stutter it is. So we will play mine and pass. And then next turn we can try to Mnemonic Wall Pyroblast, but I think they can kind of kill us by just leaving up counter magic now. And that's one of the reasons the blasts aren't necessarily the best, right? Like their Spell Stutter just gets them. It's defensible if you just have like 10, I guess, but... All right, opponent still not flipping their Delvers, so they got a lot more ninjas on the way. Island. And what's happening? Bunch of 1/1s. Got it. Nothing we can do about that. We're at 8, so I think we have to just get really lucky. Find a Moment's Peace or two. Because now we have to try to resolve this Mnemonic Wall, get this Pyroblast back, kill this Ninja at the very least. And our opponent's drawn a million cards. We could like try to Denrova Horror instead, but I don't really understand how that would do anything. So we'll play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mnemonic Wall. Try to get back Pyroblast, and if it doesn't resolve, we're dead. Here's our counterspell. GG's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess they're gonna put us to 1. So I'll make them put us to 1 anyway. I've been feeling bone tonight, Terry. Apparently I just have no idea how to play Tron. Played against Tron a lot. Oh man, there's a good Hydroblast target. All right, Rowan LaFay, have a good night at work. Enjoy. I'll try to. We're 0-4 here now. Woof. Oh man, it's Tommy Cakes. I'm pretty sure this is the person that I net decked the mono black and mono black land destruction list off of. What a fitting end. All right, we'll keep. Play a tap land into Shimmering Grotto to potentially prohibit something, maybe like a Dark Ritual. But I feel like our opponent's going to be on mono black. Oh, they're also on Tron. Okay. All right, Tron Mirror. Here we go. So this is going to be about the value, guys. We're going to see who the better value deck is. Opponent's going to get Tron faster, I imagine. Impulse. No, Prophetic Prism. Okay. We're going to have a bad time. Yeah, I feel like mulliganing to Tron is like pretty medium, but Tron 04 Mirror, so beautiful. Like things you never thought you'd ever run into, huh? Opponent is going to have Tron first. Undoubtedly. We'll get to cast our namesake Elvish Rejuvenator next turn. Although they may just counter it. Alright, so play Tower. We have good follow-ups, so I'm okay with just running out Rejuvenator here. Play Rejuvenator. It's weird not having Condescends either. I feel like this deck kind of like runs on Condescend, so it's odd not having them. Rejuvenator resolves, get a Tron piece, put a bunch of gas to the bottom. Pass turn. And next turn we can Impulse with non-Tron mana, trying to get Tron on time. And our opponent is going to be the first to Tron. And we don't have an answer to Ulamog's Crusher main deck. So if Crusher comes down, we really just have to commit more permanence than them to win. So let's see what all of their nonsense is with Tron. Just a Muldrifter. Okay. I guess. Ooh, we just naturally draw Tron. Well then. Okay, so play mine. 7, 8. We have 9 mana. So we can Mnemonic Wall. We can Teachings and then Mnemonic Wall back Teachings. That seems like a pretty good value play. But I think we're actually going to Muldrifter, because that might give us a better target for Teachings in the future. Oh, does our opponent have a Condescend? Forbidden Alchemy. Should I counter this? This matchup is about value, right? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and run out the Prohibit. We're actually not doing anything super productive later in the turn, so if our opponent gets more value off of this Forbidden Alchemy than we do, then we're in trouble. And we can just get this Prohibit back next turn and leave it up again. All right, we draw a Moment's Peace, which is sweet. We are going to have to play super fast. Tron Mirror, after all. We'll just F6 here. Denrova Horror bouncing. I think we're on the mill plan for this one too, gang. That's kind of funny. Because it's going to be the Denrova Horror Mirror. So we, like... we're going to have to compelling argument our opponent out. Devour Flesh. Okay, well, we'll sack Rejuvenator. Gain a couple life. See where our opponent wants to attack. We will happily trade Muldrifters because we have Pulse of Murasas, and like I said, we're on the mill plan. So if they also have a Pulse, then so be it. You may have our Drifter. Opponent's going to teach. Our only counterspell is in our graveyard, so we have to get that back eventually. It's better in the meta again, so he's playing it. Yeah, I would definitely defer to the Burb on whether or not you should play cards. I'm pretty happy with that. So we can do Mnemonic Wall, get back Prohibit, hold up Prohibit, but I think Mnemonic Wall, cast Muldrifter is probably what we want to do here. We want to just start digging to our win conditions. In which case I probably should have Muldrifted first because I could draw Tron land, but it is what it is. Get back Prohibit. And instead of leaving Prohibit up this turn, we'll hope our opponent forgets about it, and we'll just Muldrifter. Draw some cards. And we found a Quicksand, which is going to do precisely nothing. We can get a Flicker Loop going here. We might be alright. Especially if they don't have a way to deal with this Mnemonic Wall. Opponent will Mnemonic Wall, get back Devour Flesh. Forbidden Alchemy? Devour Flesh, sure. I don't really care about my Muldrifters surviving. There's also no... Is there any graveyard hate in the sideboard? I'm not really sure. Oh, yeah, man. Well, they only had face cam for a little while. I don't know if they're back on face cam or not. Ooh, what's this? Pulse? Back the Drifter? Well, we don't really have any counter magic, nor do we care about their life total. We have to find another Mnemonic Wall before Compelling Argument matters, so we're just going to get as much mana as we can and try to find another Mnemonic Wall. Oh man, I've been destroyed tonight, my dude. Just abso-friggin-lutely demolished. Alright, so we will... Probably Impulse. I guess we want to just... We're just trying to find our other wall. And we're safe for more Devour Fleshes. I don't know if tapping 2 blue mana is worth it here, but okay. Impulse. Thinking too much for the Tron Mirror. There's a Drifter. That will definitely help. Alright, so get Drifter. And play Drifter. And I guess we'll play Shimmering Grotto. They might have some discard. I'd rather discard Quicksand than anything else. And we'll pass. We can just Teachings for Flicker as well, if that ends up becoming more important. But we really want to find a Mnemonic Wall and then find a compelling argument and just win the game in very few turns. They're going to help us do that by drawing a bunch of cards that don't matter. But we're going on the mill plan, gang. We are going to mill them straight out the game. Bojuka Bog. That's trouble. Sure glad I got this Prohibit. So we'll have to remember to leave up 4 mana to prohibit their Ghostly Flicker targeting Bojuka Bog. 3 mana. This is Pulse for... Pulse doesn't do anything. 4 mana. Teachings? Taking it back. Taking it all back. Like, I will attack them. I will win on attacks if I have to. Opponent going to leave up their 3 mana for interacting with us. Find another Muldrifter. Well, can't think of a better plan than that. Seeing as how we are on the find another Mnemonic Wall, I think this might be 100% who plays faster. Our opponent might succeed in the mill plan first, though. Alright, so... if I'm playing Prophetic Prism anyway, I might draw another Tron land here. Prophetic Prism. We're just leaving a Prohibit, basically. This turn, there's another Tron land. So we'll play another Tron land, and we will pass the turn. Prohibit and Ghostly Flicker on the backup. I think I will attack with Muldrifter here, because we have a Muldrifter on defense, and if we do have to win with creature damage, we will. They're going to block, sure. And we'll pass. Yeah, we'll pass. Bunch of stuff up. I'll pitch Quicksand here. I can't see us needing a Quicksand anytime soon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think 2 Gryphs would be okay, too. That's a problem. But there isn't anything we can do about it. Sure. That means we have to get their Mystical Teachings, or get their Ghostly Flicker real good. So if we try to prohibit here and they just prohibit back, then we're in trouble. No, it just looks like they're going to pulse back Muldrifter. Sure. Not a huge deal. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana for our opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can at least safely impulse here. Like I said, we're just looking for that second... He doesn't have Cunning Wish? I know, right? We're looking for a second Mnemonic Wall so that we can... Okay, there we go. Second Mnemonic Wall, and now we just have to resolve a Mystical Teachings for Compelling Argument and then start Compelling Argumenting them out of the game. But if they can instant speed Bojuka Bog, they can take care of it, which is kind of an issue, but it is what it is. So we're going to do this. Go get... Oh, it's a sorcery? What? Okay. I guess we'll just get another Impulse then, if we're just searching for it. That's really weird. There's got to be like a Mystical Teachings effect that can mill them out. All right, draw for turn. We draw Pulse. Go to combat. Attack with the Drifty Boy. And same kind of loop here. We're just going to keep digging through our deck for Compelling Argument, leaving enough mana to counter our opponent's counter or their Ghostly Flicker on their Bojuka Bog. I'll take Rejuvenator here. I'm okay with more Edict Fodder. Plus Thinning. Get Rejuvenator down. And at the same time, I have to try to not draw so many cards that I just lose that way. That could be an issue. So now we can cast a second Mnemonic Wall. We'll get back Muldrifter, because we might be able to win, or sorry, we'll get back Impulse, because we might be able to win by attacking as well. Or rather, I probably should have pulsed and then done that. But anyway, play fast is basically all we have to do. Okay, pass. Opponent at 31. We just need to find Compelling Argument. Is that so much to ask? Muldrifter evoked. So I imagine a Flicker's coming here. All right, so let's try to get rid of this Ghostly Flicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll try to prohibit. And then they don't have a lot of mana, so we can like flicker both of our... If they counter this, we can flicker both of our walls to get back this prohibit, and then keep putting them on not having an answer. But I guess they have 2 Mnemonic Walls, right? So that's trouble. What's up, Sam Baram? Playing as much non-matching art on purpose. Uber Tilt. I'm going to play Expedition Map. What are you going to find? We really have to find Compelling Argument. A free Urza's Tower. Gotcha. The promo Urza's lands? I didn't know you could get those. Maybe I did, but I just didn't buy them because I only ever buy the cheap ones. All right, Dinrova Horror coming down, flashing back Mystical Teachings. Got it. What you gonna find? Just going on a hunt. Just gonna get another Mystical Teachings, or get a Pulse. Okay, sure. Our plan's still alive, gang. Come on, Compelling Argument. Impulse. Ugh. Alright, I guess we can Dinner of a Horror. I guess that's fine. That'll help us peg in a little bit more damage. Yeah, okay. We'll take Dinner of a Horror. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we have blue mana to use for this, so we should go blue, blue, black. Alright, so cast in River Horror. And we're going to start attacking their mana base straight away. So we'll bounce Dismal Backwater. So we have 1, 2, 3 more flickers. Oh, we won. Okay, cool. Alright, so Pyroblast's coming in. I'm glad you got here too, Pemby. What's up? How's it going? We're 0-4 in the Tron mirror right now. The beginning of this league was like some of the most soul-crushing Magic I think I've ever played. Yeah, I know, eh? Alright, so Pyroblast should come in. So I think we get rid of Prohibit because Prohibit is only countering stuff that Pyroblast could also counter. Compelling Argument is important. Because our opponent thinks we're trying to kill them with creatures, I think we can even go down a Dinner of a Horror. Or go down Horrors for Retrogryphs or something. They're just more value and we'll kill them with this Compelling Argument. Oh, yeah. Good call. So bring the Moments Pieces out and bring in 2 Retrogryphs. That might just be okay, actually. And I would be alright with having another Prohibit in. They're going to bring in Pyroblasts as well. So I think I'm almost okay. Like, this can't get countered. And these can't die. So I think I'm okay, like, taking out a Rejuvenator for a Hydroblast, and they might just not have any, I guess. All right. Everybody, Bozo hates Hydroblast. This is his least favorite card ever. What do you guys think? Is Hydroblast justifiable against my opponent's Pyroblasts? Do you think having one is okay? I think Prohibit's probably better. I'll at least make it a Prohibit. You think it's too narrow? Okay. All right, Bozo. You got backup now. You got backup now. Okay. Okay, I got Prohibit back in. Okay. We're going to race him to Tron. We have a Ghostly Flicker in hand. And we got a Retrogryph to start digging. This is pretty good. Drawn. We've had real bad openers. Like, I've done more mulliganing than I'd like to admit the last couple of games. Ooh, and there's our win con. We want to make sure we don't show that to them until real late here. Although we could just kill them with a turn 3 Retrogryph. Who knows? They have... Ooh, they also have Tron. Uh-oh, gang. Play a power plant. Pass turn. Turn 3 Gryph is pretty cute. You're cute, Bozo. Got him. Oh, opponent. Okay, we're gonna go get a mine. I can't frig this up. I'm like talking trash here, but might get the wrong land. All right, so we're gonna go get a mine. We have 4 in our deck. That means we can't have one on the battlefield. I think we're gonna kill him with Compelling Argument. The mulligan rule isn't compulsory on Moto, where you have to mulligan every match? Nah. All right. Griff him. Here comes Peter. I can't believe they had nothing either. Sweet. No colored mana yet, though. So that is an issue, but we do have a Retrogryph. What do you got? Colored mana? Sometimes that happens, right? Like, sometimes you just hustle your way to Tron and you don't have any colored mana. We will eventually have Thornwood Falls. Ooh, they're on nothing. Can't pyro this boy. Alright, so that will go search us up some colored mana that we can bring into the battlefield untapped this turn. Why would we want to do that? To defend this somehow? With Ghostly Flicker? The worst. I'm having a rough Tron run tonight. Okay, so yeah, so hold up Pyroblast. So I think we'll like Expedition map for sure. Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah, Tommy Cake's also on a rough night on Tron. So we'll go get Shimmering Grotto here. And that'll allow us to hold up Hydroblast, Ghostly Flicker, all kinds of crazy stuff. And if they can, like, Edict it away, then we can pulse it back. And now we have all our colored mana, and a bunch of Ghostly Flickers, and Compelling Argument. Yeah, and Pyroblasting their Muldrifter would be pretty juicy. You just get the tap land in? Yeah, no, it's true. Might not be that bad. At least your land destruction deck is sweet. Tommy Cakes, so the Tommy Cakes deck is what I have the most views with on YouTube. And I think they're gonna tilt this out a bit here. And they might win because of it, but they're not tilting me out, but I'm just chatting with them. Another mine. That's just the prettiest. Oh yeah. I wonder if Tommy Cakes knows it's me. But I'm a pretty big fan. I think they know that. I was like shouting them out on Reddit and stuff like that. It's been like 5 months since I've been on Moto. I haven't played Moto in a really long time. Decided for a nice nice juicy trot around the bend with Tron. Came back today, played 2 leagues. Mismatched white bordered Tron lands. More disgusting words have never been spoken. Oh man. Tommy Cake's getting hit by those bugs. Okay, we gotta get off that chat life, guys. It's time to play some Magic. A little worried about my clock here. Don't want to chat away the clock. We aren't drawing any. We're also just drawing Tron lands, but we have a 3-powered attacker on board, so we're not feeling too bad about it. I'm holding on to this Compelling Argument. If they draw Bazooka Bog, I'm screwed. Got a Fengraph in hand. I'm still countering that Muldrifter opponent. Oh yeah, Tommy Cakes is our opponent. Yeah. They're the ones, so I feel like I almost owe it to them because they're the ones that I net decked the mono black control deck off of ages ago. Ooh, there's the Prism. Let's dig for a counterspell. We didn't find a counterspell. Okay. All right. They have their colored mana and all kind of Tron mana. Gonna drift away. Opponent drifting away. With the Haunted Fengraft on board. So they can just get this Muldrifter back, I guess, but I might as well Stone Rain them in the process. I think I will counter this Muldrifter. They're already so far behind that I'm okay with this. Yeah. And that's their colored mana for this turn. We don't have an answer for that Prophetic Prism, unfortunately. We found Mnemonic Wall, though. Go to combat, attack with Retrogriff. So now we have Mnemonic Wall, Ghostly Flicker, Elvish Rejuvenator, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Math, guys, math. So we'll Mnemonic Wall, get back Pyroblast. Yep, we would like to do that. And we'll hold up Pyroblast. Pretty obvious what we're up to here. So if they do get the Drifter back, or they try to cast another blue spell in general, I will have words about it. Just more Muldrifters, okay. Counter that. We're going to tempo them out. We're Tempo Tron tonight. Draw for turn is nothing. They scoop it up. So, long story short, we went 1-4 with Tron. It hurt a lot, and I never want to play Tron again. Oh man, I'm on the play. I won the die roll, Terry. Be careful. All right, I'm going to keep because reasons. And do this, and do this, and pass turn. Let's see, man. You built this in 2 minutes? Or you built it 2 minutes ago. So you could have spent any amount of time building it. Okay. All right. Tree of Tails. Turn 1, Tree of Tails. Got our win con in hand. That's pretty sweet. I think we're going to cantrip here instead of cracking. I think cantripping instead... Well, no, we can just cantrip next turn. So we'll play Shimmering Grotto. Pass turn. Planning to crack. I like how Terry plays Lightning Speed, too. That helps a lot. Oh, man. Visionary. Terry, you bouncing some boys there? Is this a Bouncy Boys deck? Bouncy Boy Tron? I just noticed the power plant. This is the life right here, Bozo. This is the life. This is the Terry YouTube hour right here. I don't think there's any universe where we don't play this, so I'm going to play Tower. Prophetic Prism. Represent 3 different decks. Are you playing all of the decks? Are you playing Affinity Tron Elves? Tronfinity Elves? 2 Tronfinity and beyond. Tronfinity gonna assemble Tron first, though. Ooh! Just like surprise snow covereds? Surprise fortune in the closet? Nice! Can't beat that. This is Terry. Terry on the Tronfinity Elves. Opponent is playing everything. Ninja. 0 mana ninja. Here it comes. Exile Simian Spirit Guide. Pays a black. Ninja's in that graveyard hate rat. We find Impulse. And draw Prohibit. Okay. So let's Impulse. See if we can get Tron together. Come on, Power Plant. Power Plant. Let's go. Rip. I guess we might as well take another tower. We got colored mana. We're cool with it. Let's take another tower. Play tower. Play Prophetic Prism. Pass the turn. That is a good treasure chest. That's better than most of the treasure chests I get. Ooh, we get to drift away next turn, guys. But Terry's going to be on Tron. Oh, they got the natural. They got the natural. Oh, God, it's Crusher. We're going to lose. We're going to lose real fast. Real quick here. Also, Metalcraft Online. Worth noting. Oh, my God. Oh, there's no getting out of this one, gang. Moments Piece, sacrifice a bunch of stuff. I don't really know how we get out of this one. I don't think we do, honestly. Honest to Jesus, I don't think there's any way out here. So we're gonna Forbidden Alchemy anyway. We're gonna try to find at least a way to cast this Moments Piece this turn. I guess we're gonna sack Prophetic Prisms. We're dead really fast. We found Power Plant, so that's cool. We get Power Plant. I guess we gotta find Dinrova Horror. But we're gonna be sacking a bunch of stuff to do it. So let's keep digging for Dinrova Horror. I think that's the idea. Found one. Pass. But we'll have to sack Muldrifter, Prophetic Prism, and they can't have another Ulamog's Crusher. We're in a lot of trouble. Yep. Yep. Get annihilated. Take 8. Terry sandbagging counter magic. I can feel it. yeah, it was, man, it was really rough. And as usual, I'm like kind of nervous to to let YouTube in on the let YouTube in on the secret, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that's right. Now we just have to like stop this one thing that matters. What the frig? I actually really like this card. Fierce Empath. Dang it. that's more Ulamog's Crushers than I can handle. Too crush, too furious. Thornwood Falls. Okay, that's a happy little accident right there. So we'll play Thornwood Falls, and we gotta horror this Crusher. 2-minute brew. It's doing pretty good. This is the Tron Mirror Breaker right here. I think you can hear me, right, Terry? So this is the Tron Mirror Breaker. I'm making jokes. That's why I'm not typing in the chat, because I'm making good-spirited jokes. IRL. Okay. Do this one. Okay, good. Get horrific about it. They have to discard. Hopefully some gas. Just a land. And yeah, we can't do anything with all this colorless mana, so we'll pass. Piggity pass. Opponent. We do some shuffling. Tons of mana. Millions of mana. We gotta take 100 damage this turn, too. Millions of mana. I don't know if tight play is going to get us out of this one, gang. So they don't have enough mana to cast another one of the self-assemblers, so that's nice. At least we got that going for us. Fierce Empath. Gonna go get another Crusher. We are at 11. I guess the only way to deal with Crusher is to bounce so much stuff back to their hand that they can't cast it anymore. We've only got 2 flickers next turn, too. So there's that. And we're at 6. Okay. Turn comes back, Muldrifter. So 5 mana, then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana for Moment's Peace and a Ghostly Flicker to bounce another thing. So I think we go Wall for Flicker. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So we can do this and flicker once. 8 mana. We only have 2 colored sources. All right, we'll play this, and then I think we're just gonna pass. Nah, I shouldn't let him untap. All right, so we'll do this. Do this. Get back Flicker. Bounce the Crusher. Discard a Tron land. We'll get back Flicker. Pass it back to you. 2 mana to spare. Probably did some incorrect math back there somewhere, but it is what it is. And I am going to fog here so that I don't have to block this. Or I guess I could just like block it and then flicker again. Or go to 2. They might have a pump spell. Imagine. Getting crushed. Crushy time. Oh, true, though. More Crushers. Crush, 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 crush. Just assemblers. Okay. Yep. Lots of food for the horrors. Mm-hmm. Oh, the crushing's coming. Strange predicament. Okay, so we're gonna go to blocks, go like this, go like this. What if they have a pump spell? Go like this. All right, so I'll take 1, go to 5, and now we will hope the soul crushing begins. Flick like this. Flick the crusher or pump spell, right. Boop, boop. I have 3 flicks on board. So we should be able to get them to discard a bunch of their hand now. This is basically capsize lock. Basically capsize lock, but we're at 5. We draw a pulse. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so I think we're just still going to do this a bunch of times though. A Night Sambaram. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that leaves us 2 mana to spare of no particular color. So yeah, I think we just yeah, I think we just do this before they draw. Go like this. Oh my god, I'm gonna time out. Get back Ghostly Flicker. Get their Self-Assembler, because it's a threat that matters, which I think is the correct order of things. Get back Ghostly Flicker. Yep. And we've got there, okay. Flick. Get. Do the thing. The feel bads begin. Bounce a Tron land. Get back the Flicker. Do this. Get back Flicker. Bounce a Tron land. And we got him. Okay. Big stuff. Big stuff, Tron. Scour from existence. Coming in. Fogs are probably relevant because they have Ulamog's Crushers and stuff. Rejuvenators, I like those. I think we're okay. I like Scour from existence over Prohibit, though. Or over Compelling Argument. I don't think we got to mill them out. I think Fogs are okay. You think Fogs are Garbo? Alright. I'll get rid of a couple Fogs for Retrogryphs. Why not? I'm into it. Let's go. Opponent's gonna sideboard into like hyper aggressive beat my face in style. Hey, Crushers were attacking last game. I didn't lose. I Moment's Peace. I didn't Moment's Peace. I never cast one. I don't know that I ever will. All Tron mirrors tonight, guys. All Tron mirrors. Nice. Snap it off. Because this, basically. I think so. I agree. Boom. That was like the fastest expedition map I've ever seen. Slam. Blam. We had probably the worst possible draw on our deck. What have you? Visionary. Cool. Cool. Let's draw into it. Let's get the natural for the feel goods. Honestly, like playing this deck tonight wasn't a very good experience. I honestly don't like it. Sometimes I would wonder, I was like, why doesn't Seth ever play Tron? Probably because it's not very fun. They're also rejuvenating. Uh-oh. Are they the better Rejuvenator deck? Will we ever know? Blah. Impulse, try to find a Tron land. Hey, we got it. Cool. Get the Tron land. Now our life is infinite gas. Draw Muldrifter, heck yeah. Artifact mana? I don't know. Discard it to Wrench Mind. Play 4/4s. There might be like a Ancient Stirrings? No, Ancient Stirrings gets any land anyway. I don't know. Terry, why are you playing Artifact lands? You can just ask him. He's right there. It is pretty fun. Oh, we got it. Terry says they have no idea why they're playing Artifact lands. Entourage of Trust. You what, mate? Oh, God. All right. We gotta be the Monarch now. Somehow. Suddenly this is Downton Abbey. Can we cast anything else if we play Shimmering Grotto? We can. So we'll play Shimmering Grotto. We still got to discard to hand size, but that's okay. We'll discard Swift Watercliffs because we don't have any Pyroblasts in our deck. What is this? Entourage of Trust. Yeah, we probably want the Fogs now. Opponent's going to get in with everything. Here come the pump spells I was worried about. We're at 12. Sacky sack. Doing some thinning. Tower ET's the B. No kill Muldrifter. No kill. Tron, man. It's crazy playing with this much mana and like sequencing improperly. Like, it really is. It's tough. Self-assembler. Gonna get a million 4/4s. Infinite 4/4s. So I was bang on with the play a bunch of 4/4s plan. Map. They are, man. They are. Got up their butts, huh? Who knows? Who knows what happened? I guess the Entourage came around. Got everybody fired up. I'm gonna Forbidden Alchemy here. I think I do want. Ooh, it's not bad. Double Mnemonic Wall is pretty sick though. So I'll get Mnemonic Wall here. Opponent's gonna draw an extra card. We're gonna become the Monarch, which is kind of cool. So go to combat. Become the Monarch. And I guess we can, yeah, so we should probably start doing pulse stuff now. Just pulse things. Yeah. So we will pulse back Shimmering Grotto. Play Quicksand. And Mnemonic Wall. Playing as slowly as possible, apparently. Back, Pulse Murasa. This is that really fun gameplay loop that everybody loves. I think we needed to gain the life there. They are going to become the Monarch now. We can pitch Thornwood Falls. I guess we can kind of pitch any creature or land somewhat unabashedly. Additional 4/4s. What? Oh, man, yes! This card is the coolest. Green Muldrifter. So rad. So rad. What you got? What you got over there? I'm gonna sack map. 4 tower. free towers. Pulse. Or Rejuvenator? Rejuved? Visionary. Well, they're pretty good at getting the Monarch back. For sure. Alright, here comes some 4/4s. 4/4. We take 8, down to 10. Our opponent becomes the Monarch again. Terry becomes a Monarch. Terry just can't wait to be king. Alright, our turn. Draw for turn. Tron land. Yeah. Combat. Attack with Muldrifter. And become the Monarch. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 different colors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can just play out another Mnemonic Wall here, which I might do. Wait, hold up. Hold on. So play a wall, get back, scour, and we'll pass. Draw, pitch, grotto. Your turn. The Tron Mirror. Fierce Empath, yep. Crusher. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. There's Crusher. Yep. And Assembler. Yep. All the things. Okay. Opponent goes to combat. So we will tap this for blue. Teachings. I've only got 2 Moments Piece, but I'm glad I've got them. Get a Moments Piece. Tap this for green. Moments Piece. And F6. No attacks. All right, so our turn. We're going to scour the Crusher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can't get back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can't get back Moments Piece and recast it. So I think we'll have to exile 1 next turn, and then we can start. We can use all that mana to get back or get Ghostly Flicker going. So I think if that's the case, then we should go Expedition Map and crack Expedition Map for Tower, play Tower, and just pass. Sweet. Tron. Imagine the Flaring Pains come in. It'd be horrifying. I actually don't, like, we don't have access to do that, actually, to go get Flicker. So we might have to be a little fancier than that. Relic? Well, I never. Alright, so we can't flashback Teachings here, can we? 1, 2, 3, no, we can't. Okay, so I think we have to, we're going to flashback Moments Piece this turn. But this does complicate things a lot. I'm losing on time here now, too. That was a pretty good relic. Rejuvenator. Terry is going to become the Monarch, unequivocally. It's a lot of 1/1s, couple of 4/4s, a lot of cards in hand. What do we got here? Ooh, God, a green divination or green Muldrifter. So good. I love it. I figured they were going to play another Entourage, I guess. They could play another Entourage. All right, what's happening here? What's happening here, Terry? Hold on. Okay. Imagine. All right, 1, 2. Three, 4. Sending a message. That's the way you do it. All right, so we were going to. Or I guess we can do all this instant speed. I guess I could have another relic, but yeah. So I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna go teachings, get Moments Piece, and flashback teachings. The tilt has to be so real. Get Ghostly Flicker, play Island, go to combat, attack with Muldrifter. Get those fogs, son. I've only got 2. Alright, and we'll pass. We draw the other Ghostly Flicker. That's pretty funny. Okay, so I think we're going to pitch Thornwood Falls here. 28 cards in library. Our opponent is at 12. They're going to Prophetic Prism, sure. I think we can get them here, but I'm still going to have to play fast enough. That's the trick with these old Tron decks, you know. The Scour from Existence getting exiled is actually a pretty big game, because we don't have additional answers for other Crushers. Nor have we found any of our flyers. I guess we could like turn off Tron for what that's worth. There's another Crusher. I don't know, man. We don't have that many permanents to sacrifice. We can block it a bunch. But we're gonna have to find a Denrova Horror now. Like we're really up against it here. No, actually, I think Compelling Argument hit the board. Mill does look very real here, especially with all this mana. Bunch of 4/4s gonna come down. Crusher not gonna come down this turn. Okay, you got it. Terry making us want it, making us work for it. Already got all the towers. We got a power plant, keep that Tron online. All right, so let us Moments Peace. Let us have a moment of peace. I think I don't want this Moments Peace in my graveyard though. Instant speed graveyard hate? Fairy Macabre? Okay, good. Scare me, man. Get him back. Yep. 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 So I think this is how this deck is actually supposed to win. Just fly. So now I'm okay to do a little bit of looking. We only need 5 mana otherwise, 2 of which are colored. No reach creatures, thank God. Okay. So, yeah, we'll flick and flick. Get back Ghostly Flicker, draw a couple cards. Find an Impulse. Impulse, just digs deeper. Yeah, Rejuvenator's fine. Get Rejuvenator. And Rejuvenator. A land. There's the Gryphs and stuff. And I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think we have just enough here now, right? Yeah. Okay. Pass. Come on, Denrova Horror. No such luck. Okay, so pitch non-Tron lands and pitch 1 Pulse, I guess. You are the fair Tron deck, Terry. You absolutely are. The fairest Tron. The fairest of them all. Here comes Crusher. So this is what we're afraid of, for sure. Gotta find a Denrova Horror in those bottom 22 cards. So Moment's Peace. No message sending. Wait for end step. Go like this, go like this, go like this, go like this. Yeah, I guess I could like draw an extra card instead. Or draw 2 extra cards instead. Man, making it pretty tough for me to click on these cards in my graveyard. Alright. What do we draw? Mine. Okay, so here we go again. Should go like this first. Boom, boom. Come on, Denrova Horror. Oh, missed 2 damage. Heck. That could matter. More drifters. Yes, we will. Okay, so we'll cast another drifter. And then we're too low on colored mana otherwise to really do much more. We can cast 1 more colored spell. There we go. We might deck in the meantime. I think playing Island here lets us Denrova Horror. So we will 1, 2, 3. Like this, like this. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. Ooh, maybe we don't have enough mana. Oh, that's enough. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, Denrova Horror. Ulamog's Crusher. Don't even want to see one of those. And can't play any lands, so we'll pass. That was too close. Draw. Okay. And we'll pitch Tron land. Tron land, I guess. And Pulse. All right, what's this now? Rejuvenator, yep. Stop thinking about what to pitch. Don't be so foolish. All right, so we will Moment's Peace. And oh, we can't flicker. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Okay, our turn. Go to combat, attack with the drifters. One, 15 cards in library, so we'll cast Mill Drifter. Oop, whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, what am I thinking about even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Mnemonic Wall. Get back Moment's Peace. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Denrova Horror. We did it. We finally got there. Oh, it was painful though. It didn't feel good. All right, play Tronland, pass the turn. Draw a card. Prophetic Prism. Sure. We could misplay. It's totally possible. They could have fogs. I misplay a lot. 2 cards in hand. Additional crushers. 1 card in hand. Can I beat it? Moment's Peace. We got him. Okay. Heck, Terry. All right. Thank you very much for the fun match, Terry. I needed that, man.